Six guys talking about random stuff. You can turn us off when you've had enough.
What's up, podcasters? This is Six Guys Talking, and we are back with the part 2 for the childhood TV shows podcast. We are ranking them. We got a little out of hand the last episode, I think, but
It's going to be worse this time.
it might possibly be worse. But we're going to start it off with Star Trek.
S.
Great show.
Star Wars is better.
It's not. Star Trek.
Star Wars is
This is
very
an
much better.
Oh
This is
my!
a horrible
I knew
show.
this was gonna happen. I told Matthew after the last one. I told him they're going to rate it F just because it's not Star Wars, and it came true.
Awesome.
Well, guess
Okay,
what?
both the
That is
classics
why.
and Next Generation are great
Star Wars
TV
even
shows.
have their own TV shows?
Not
Wars.
yet.
Clone
Yeah,
Wars.
those are better.
Clone Wars were awesome.
Clone Wars are
It's
insane.
sick, but it's
say
different.
that's
It's a
good.
different kind of It's a different kind of TV show.
Star Trek.
Star Wars.
Yeah, it is
S.
different. It's worse.
S.
Star Wars did it way
No
better.
question.
Did what way better? They're
Everything
not even
about
the same
space.
kind of TV
Everything about
show.
space.
Yep.
I think we
Everything
really
about
need to
space.
remember there are tiers between S and F.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we need to remember we're only judging Star Trek right now. We're not comparing it to something else. You're judging
I
Star
am.
Trek on its merits. And on its merits, if there wasn't a Star Trek, there probably wouldn't have been a Star Wars.
It's not the best space thing.
That's
What
not
can
what
I
we're
say?
judging
It was
it
made in
on.
the
That's what I'm
60s.
judging it on.
It was made in the 60s.
The
That's
thing
what
is,
I
never
you have,
seen
you have
it.
to,
It was great.
If you want to
It was
judge it
great.
compared to other TV shows, you kind of have to judge it what's already on the tier list, not what's not on there yet.
Right, so, like, if you were
it's like
comparing it-
if you were looking at a physical tier list, it'd be like, oh, it's better than this one, but not quite as good as this one, so you put
Okay.
it there.
I
But you
give it-
can't just
well-
be like, oh yeah, this one's not on there yet.
Well,
But
the
it's
Clone
worse.
Wars is on this tier list, so I'm saying F.
But the Clone Wars isn't the same
F.
kind of TV show.
But if you were
Clone Wars-
comparing it to other shows on the list, like
Yeah.
Leave It to Beaver, let's say.
Oh, it's an S for sure.
Okay.
Compared to Leave It to Beaver, it's
Star-
probably the greatest show
You
ever
need, you need to
existed.
rate it based on the actual show itself.
Have
You
you-
can't just do it to other ones.
Have you
Well,
watched?
good.
Have
I'm
you watched
comparing
Might
these
as
to
either?
the
well.
other shows on
Have
this
you
list.
watched either original Star Trek or Next Generation?
Yes.
We're not going to get
Yep.
anywhere in this.
They're
podcast.
boring.
Okay,
What?
rate it.
I'd give it like a strong C.
I've never seen it.
at
S.
best.
So
I've
never
I'll
seen
give
it
it
either.
a
C.
S.
Oh, we
Sounds
average
like
like a
it's-
C.
We
Okay.
average like a
No,
B,
we have
probably.
three
That's
A's.
definitely like a B.
B.
Yeah, B.
alright, next.
Next we got the Three Stooges.
Oh, S. I love the
S.
Three Stooges.
S.
It is hilarious.
S.
I mean, it's kind of an
S.
nowadays. The
Oh,
humor's
is it?
probably a little bit outdated because live
no,
action
it's
live
still
action slapstick like in that fashion is kind of fallen away. But at like the time and as a kid, it was absolutely hilarious. And then they made a movie, and a lot of people didn't like the movie, but I like that movie.
S.
I agree.
I think
S.
the Stooges are an S.
I'd give it a B.
Oh, literally.
It's definitely an S. If it's
Alrighty.
good enough for Archer to watch it and not play video games, it deserves to be an S.
There you go.
Definitely deserves to
I'll
be
give
an
it
S.
a B.
All right, Luke.
All right, well that no, because
Wait.
There's A.
That's-
The A. I'll
It
give
was a
it
partial
A.
clap.
Alright, then it's an A.
it's an A. That's
An
an
A.
A. Yeah.
Way to go, Stooges.
All right, the Twilight Zone.
This
S.
show's
Not a-
horrible.
Don't-
It's-
Oh my
it's-
goodness!
This is a great-
Another
this is a-
appearance by William Shatner
This is
in
a
one of the
great.
greatest
Nobody knows who
episodes.
that is.
This is a great show, but do not show it to your children unless
William
you want to
Shatner is,
give
and
them
you can rate Star
nightmares.
Trek.
Maybe you
Oh
were
my
just a weak
goodness.
child.
No, the whole point is to creep you out. That's what the point of the show
some
is.
children like to be creeped
It does
out.
exactly what it's supposed to do.
Not
It's
most
very
of them.
eerie. It doesn't do like
Not
modern
this one,
horror
I tell
shows.
you
It's
what.
not like
Well,
jump
not that
scares
one.
and crap like that. It like actually genuinely like chills you on really weird issues like about the brain and stuff
It's-
like that. It's
yeah.
not stupid modern horror.
It's smart. horror.
Very crisp, clean black and white
I was
film.
gonna say it's in black and white.
Very crisp and clean.
Oh no! Here comes McLean.
Just because modern people can't wrap their mind around it, they will not give it a good rating.
Black Mirror is just a bad ripoff. Change my mind.
Well, I've never seen this show, so I'm
S.
not gonna
I
rate
give it like I give it like a B because like it's good, but it's like above average. It's pretty good, but I'm not gonna like sit down and be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll watch Twilight Zone. So
I
I have seen it. I'd give it like a D.
Helps
Like I
slipping
just
into the
didn't
Twilight
enjoy
Zone.
watching
I'd
it.
give it an A. I have to be in a mood, but you know, I like watching it. I really
gotta
like
be in the
watching
mood.
it.
So C.
Gotta be in the
A.
mood.
B.
A.
I think
I'll give it an
I think it's a B.
Never
It's
seen
not
that
as good
one
as
in
Star
there.
Trek, but it's close.
Sounds like it's probably gonna
Yeah,
average around.
what'd you give it?
I gave it an A.
An A.
Probably average
Oh.
around a low A.
so.
Hey.
Probably around an A.
Hey.
Probably.
All right. Hogan's Heroes. S. This show's S for sure.
I've watched
Never
about.
watched this one.
I'd say
give
like a
Hogan's an
C.
S.
This show's
Oh,
for sure
wait,
S.
yes, I have.
Hogan's
Yeah,
is
this
pretty
is-
funny.
It's
Hogan's
funny,
is
but
pretty
like,
funny.
I
It's
can't
in
keep
black and
watching.
white part of the time, so it's a D.
Oh,
What
yeah.
color?
Yeah.
It's,
What are you
It
talking
started
about?
in black and white.
Well, now it's in.
No, S. It's an S for sure. There's no way it's not an S.
I don't
S.
think it's in there.
Hogan's Heroes.
See,
It's a great
it's
show.
funny, but it gets annoying after like the
Not
second
just out of
episode.
spite.
So.
I don't think it's.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why I
the
said
part
C.
that makes it a revolving. You can come back to it. It has backstory too, like the German
Yeah.
The
soldiers
entire
were
World War
actually
II.
Jewish, and it was. I mean, there's so
That's
many
funny.
backstories there. That's kind of fun.
You can tell because they're.
S.
S.
C.
C.
S.
I give it an S.
Unrated.
I give it a
Alright.
B.
You
I've
feeling
I've
okay?
seen enough.
You
I've-
still? Are you
I
okay?
have 3S kids and calls Hogan's
Yeah.
Heroes an C.
Also, I heard Power Rangers got a C. That's not okay, by the way.
But
We
but
gave it an
did-
S
we
for
gave it an
you.
S.
Like
It was a
universal
Phantom. It was a
S.
Phantom
What do we
S
do,
from
A?
you,
We go
Good.
A.
but it's still got a
A.
C. 'cause it's
Wait,
so
no,
good.
wait.
I'm not
Remember,
accepting
he
any
put the,
hollow.
he put
Rated an
the
S, even though I haven't seen it.
remember Austin
Yeah.
put in
Bring
the
it up.
rule that one person
'Cause it
can't
looks
ruin an
fun.
S and
What?
everyone else
Well,
gave
no,
it an
but
S
wasn't
was
there two?
David?
Wasn't there
There
two
was
people?
two people.
I
There
said
was the
C.
second one.
I asked it.
Didn't somebody? Oh, was it all
No, I
S's
think it
besides
was-
David?
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. I gave it.
Everyone.
Oh yeah, it was Matthew. That's
A.
right. So
All right,
not
A.
just
So it's an A.
yeah.
All right, Wacky Races. Never seen it.
Oh,
S.
it's
S.
gas. It's gas.
S.
It's actually, it would probably get pretty repetitive if you watched it all the time. But
It's the-
just from the nostalgia, like you're sitting downstairs watching Cartoon Network and Wacky Races comes on. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know about an S. I'd probably give it an A, but
I'd give it an.
it's pretty dope.
Sounds like it was a staple in the Dunsey household.
Yeah, it's one of the best like Saturday morning cartoons. It's so good.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I haven't either.
All right, so only two people rating it.
What are you rating it?
I was
gave it
gonna give it
an
an
A.
S because of nostalgia.
I give it an A. It's not an S.
All right,
Still an S.
We can't just like get. I mean,
That's
they are
an
they
A.
are childhood TV shows, and nostalgia
Same thing.
bumps up the rating. But we can't just give everything S's.
Yeah, I'll give it an A.
All right. Next show, Dexter's Lab.
Oh, I like Dexter's Lab. It was pretty.
I
good.
only ever played the video game, so
It's a good show.
It was a video game.
It was
Dexter's
a
Lab.
video game.
Never seen it.
What
Sounds really
what
familiar.
system was it on?
It's the one with the
PSP.
like really
Oh,
short kid
okay.
and the annoying blonde sister.
Oh.
Oh.
BB.
Yeah, I know. Gavin. If Gavin can't remember the name of the show, how is he supposed to remember Dee Dee's name?
I don't know.
That's why I didn't say Dee
He
Dee.
can put the context clues together.
Why is he so short?
I think
That's
he's
ju-
like
that's
a
just
child-
his
I think
design.
he's a child,
He is a child.
a young child.
Yes, he's a
It's like
super.
a,
he's
like
like a
Stewie
super genius.
situation.
It was another like really
Isn't
nostalgic.
it Hanna Barbera?
cartoon
Yeah,
network.
it's another Hanna-Barbera.
It was
I think-
good.
I think
It was
so.
actually really good, but
It's
I
a
don't
good
know.
show.
They
not
pumped
an
out.
S.
They pumped out.
It's
a
not
lot.
an S,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not. It's,
think.
it is
It's
not
not
an
an
S.
It's not an S.
It's
I'll
probably
give it
I'd
it's
give it- I'd
probably
give
a
it like a-
solid A or B.
I give it like a B.
I'm gonna say B.
I'll
for
give it a
me.
B.
I'll give it an A. I really enjoyed it, but
All right, I think
B plus.
average out to about a
B.
a high B. We don't do pluses.
All right, next show, Happy Days.
I'm not
Watched it.
85 years old.
I think I've seen like.
Okay,
one
I am 85 years old. And,
Okay, this show's like actually funny.
here's
Yeah,
the
this is the
reason.
one with the Fonz. I misplaced it.
Happy Days was good at the beginning. It got weird at the end, and like to the point weird where Mork was on it. And that's the only reason I'm giving any credit because it kind of discovered Robin Williams for a broader audience, and I'm a huge Robin Williams fan, so I'm giving it a B.
It's not as good as the Twilight Zone. Or
I like
Star Trek,
Fonzie. I'm giving it a B.
No, agreed.
Or Leave It to Beaver.
I never
Agreed.
watched it.
Never.
I haven't
Or
watched
anything
enough
that
of it to have an
everybody's
opinion.
trashed.
When it came out, it was a huge thing because
Came out here in
the
1930.
people
30s.
the people that they were targeting, that was their high school era in the 50s. I can remember my mom thinking it was the greatest show ever, and then it just kind of became syndicated and whatever. But it brought Mork into the picture, so. B.
B.
All right, sounds like it's probably.
Sounds like it's a B.
All right, we're moving over to animated original content. So
Thank goodness.
pretty much,
Oh, boy.
these are shows from our childhood. So Mahoney,
Fine.
goodbye,
Fine.
Mahoney.
Out.
We're done taking
All
a
right.
trip to the museum.
For our first show, got Avatar: The Last Airbender.
This show is
S.
If you
the
say it,
world
you know,
building in this show.
Seen it. You can't read it.
The
This show
world
is
building in
absolutely
this show
an S.
was incredible.
the show is
It's
straight
such a
gas.
it's such
And you
I've
can
never-
go
I've
back
never
and
seen
watch
it,
it
so-
now and appreciate like how complex it was. It's
It's
yeah,
good.
there's the characters are so deep. The world is
Bro,
so well written.
Avatar literally has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I mean,
Yeah, but Rotten
Really?
Tomatoes
It's
sucks.
It's such a
It
good
has-
thing.
I mean,
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes does suck, but that is still pretty kind of cool.
It's such a good like. It's just
It's solid.
it's such well written.
So S S S S
S,
S S.
What do you?
We
I
don't
don't-
care.
I've never-
S. So it's an S.
It's an S. We got an S.
Hey.
all right. Next show, The Ultimate Spider-Man.
I'll give it
B.
a B or an A. Yeah.
Didn't compete with the others. You could watch it when it was on though.
Yeah, it was like the one that filled that time slot in between the bangers, but it was still pretty good.
I like Spider-Man, but it's probably more of a B.
Yeah, I'll give it
Yeah,
a
I'll
B.
give it a B. It's a solid B for me.
Sounds like
All
it's
right.
a
I've never watched that
The
one.
next show,
Oh,
Phineas and Ferb.
immaculate.
S.
S.
Guess
Dude,
This is
the
the most S one.
The,
out of all.
Probably an
episode
F.
where they get the band back together.
Oh.
Oh, that is like the best
Isn't that the
one.
first episode?
No,
No, the roller coaster was
That's the
first.
roller coaster.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in the first season or the second season where they do the band
I
back
think
together.
I think the
but
band-
either way, that's like one of the best episodes.
Yeah.
I remember when I took our TV to watch the premiere of the 24-hour day when they jumped around the world.
Oh my gosh, that one's
Ooh, that was
so
a good
good.
one.
The Dimension special episode where they switched.
Oh,
What about Meep?
that's the movie.
Phineas and Ferb.
And
I'll
then,
give
the,
it
and
an
then the
F.
the translator.
I probably
handle
watched
arm
about like
mustache.
30 seconds of one episode, like you guys watched the Twilight Zone and Star Trek. So I'll give it an F. Yeah.
Don't do this.
I
Don't
can
do this,
taste the
Matthew.
salt
See,
radiating
Matthew,
off of Matthew.
Don't
Yeah.
do this.
I've watched my fair share of
Probably.
Phineas and Ferb, and I'd have to give it an A. I couldn't give it.
You're wrong.
You're gonna
I
get
don't-
canceled.
no,
You're gonna get us
it's-
canceled.
Can we
I
kick
don't-
Power
You're gonna get
Ranger
us
Boy off
canceled,
of the
David.
David,
You can't.
your head
Why
is
don't
about
you
to
go-
hang
why don't-
bad.
Why don't you go be sick?
His
again?
vote doesn't
Oh,
count.
okay.
He wasn't here yesterday.
Exactly. It's an S.
Messed up.
It's an S.
S. We got an S. We got an S.
Exception to the rule.
We can make it.
His head's a little messed up.
I don't eat
We'll
clap.
fix it.
Next show, SpongeBob.
S again.
S.
It was gas.
I'll give
Sucks.
SpongeBob the S.
It's literally
SpongeBob was
How
so
does-
gas.
It's not even
Bro, Matthew's
funny.
parents didn't let him watch TV from the 2000s. He's never
That's
seen
facts.
it.
That
Matthew
is
was
true.
the McLean of this episode. Like what McLean was doing in the Candy episode, Matthew is doing now.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Except SpongeBob
was
actually
so
isn't
gas.
good.
It's gas.
So good.
I don't. It's just the same thing.
Okay,
over
old
and
Sponge-
over.
So
If
it's
you're,
so
just because your
much
parents
Twilight
didn't
Zone.
let you watch it doesn't mean it's not good.
I did watch it.
Like
Every
original
song
SpongeBob, because
that
if you're
came
talking
from
about like new
SpongeBob was
SpongeBob,
a banger.
new SpongeBob is like trying to pander to like the youngest possible children like ever right now, and
Yeah.
it's horrible. But like classic SpongeBob,
Yeah.
Old
any,
SpongeBob,
anything from
okay.
like the first episodes to like season. Oh
8.
my gosh, what?
8.
Probably like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I love it when Patrick and SpongeBob were just being hooligans, and then Squidward would come out and just wreck their whole life.
They're giving
I
Squidward
liked
the
when
business.
SpongeBob went to South Baltimore.
And the fact that it's been so successful too.
Yeah.
Remember the one where they worshipped a seashell that like was a radio?
The Magic
Yeah,
Conch.
remember that one? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Magic Conch.
All right, it's an S for me.
It's an S.
S.
Yes.
Classic.
Probably a C.
Like
Oh,
saying-
Matthew's insignificant.
Wow. Okay, I'm clapping for Phineas and Ferb because I gave it an F and David gave it an A. So.
Next one is Laugh Olympics.
I don't know.
Is
What
this-
even is that?
Is this the Warner Brother one with the 3 mice?
I have not seen this one.
I have no idea who put this on here.
No.
Of course it was Mahoney.
Put
course
that
it
on
was.
there.
All right, Mahoney,
You
what
wanna
is
talk
it?
about
Another one from the
I'll agree
1930s.
with Mahoney on this one. It was a pretty good cartoon.
Well, you need to explain
Yeah,
what it
you
is.
guys-
'Cause none of us know
you
what
guys
it
gotta
is.
rate it.
You gotta come over here.
Scooby-Doo.
So the Laugh Olympics had 3 different teams, and they would compete in these events,
Yeah, I've
and then
seen
they
the show.
would they'd score points, and it was all. I mean, it was totally animated. But if you were into competition at all, I mean, I think that's why I liked it so much because you were kind of rooting for one team and not against the other, and it was very different from anything else. So it's definitely an S. Just vote yes and be done with it. S.
Just say
You
yes.
give it an S.
I would, yes. I'm with
I mean, the two people that watched it.
All right, next show, Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
S.
S.
It's good.
I'm mad that you had to compare, Star Trek, both classic and the Next Generation to this show, even though they're nothing alike. I'm still gonna give it an S because
They
I
did
love the
space
TV
better.
show.
Go Russell.
They did space better.
He
It's
still
not my
gave it
fault.
an
I
S.
respect
I'm giving it an S.
I actually
I'm
have
not gonna
watched
do it out of
episodes of
spite.
this
I've
show.
watched
I'll give it a
both.
solid
I love
B.
both.
S.
The show's great.
The Clone
I've
Wars.
seen like
is
one
amazing.
episode, so I
it,
can't
so
say
yeah.
anything.
The only
good.
Star Wars I didn't sleep through.
It's good.
So we
I
got
think,
one.
I think
You
Matthew
B.
said something though.
Yeah.
Matthew said B.
And
Well,
the fact
I
that
said
the
B.
animated series like actually took place
said it.
in the timeline
Yeah,
of the Star
yeah,
Wars
that's
universe,
that's.
yeah.
All right, looks like we got another S.
We have
instituted
a lot of
rule
things in
where
S, but
we
I guess
don't-
it kind of makes
if one
sense because
person-
this is
Alright.
all our shows from
This is-
childhood.
yeah,
This
this
is
is
Really
really
against everything.
rule.
That's a pretty dumb rule. I'm not gonna lie.
Rebels, I'll
Star
give it-
Wars Rebels is the next
I don't know
show.
if
A
this one is
B.
either.
I'll give it a B.
I'll give it an
Why
A.
do Clone Wars?
I
just haven't
love
watched
the
that
show.
Yeah,
I'm giving it an
I
A.
loved
But
it
it's
too.
like it's
I'm
like
honestly going S with this one. I really like this show.
It's
I
a
could
good
go
show.
S, but
It's a
Clone
good
Wars
show.
is just better, so I'll go A.
It's a good show, but it's the weakest link. I feel like it's still really good, but it's not like on the same tier as Clone
Bro,
Wars.
those
wouldn't the
first
weak-
three
wouldn't the
movies,
weakest
they
Star
were
Wars link be the
trash. So
Sunday
this
special?
one's not the
Yeah, the
weakest.
weakest
No,
link of Star
that's the
Wars is like
strongest.
every movie made. It's supposed to be
No.
after like the original three.
Yeah,
See,
The,
And
the
the Christmas
original
special.
6 were good.
or like
the last
Life Day
the last
special or
three
whatever.
that were made,
Don't-
they weren't
like
as
to
good
forget
as the
about that.
first six, but I wouldn't
No,
say they were
we
terrible.
must
Yeah,
remember
exactly.
the past.
A lot
I
of people,
wouldn't say
a lot of
they're-
people think they're terrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them terrible, but they're not as good as the first six for sure.
Rebels.
Okay, anyways,
Rebels is weird
Right.
for introducing a Jedi at the same time as like the original trilogy, like adding a second pair of Jedi, which is a bit weird, but it's still not a bad
Could be
show.
cool though.
His blaster was awesome. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we
So,
want to do for
A.
rating?
I want to put it at an A, but that's just me.
I'll give
I
it
don't
an
know.
A.
Well, A's your rating.
I'm
So
fine.
A's my
there.
rating.
A.
A.
sounds like it probably
Alright,
is.
looks
Solid
like
A.
Next show, Lego Ninjago.
This one's so good.
This show is
S.
ass.
I love Lego Ninjago.
I only saw the commercials for it. Like it was just always Lego Ninjago.
and they
commercials.
were
You are not
amazing.
Every time he says that, he's not allowed to vote because last time he did that, he freaking brought the entire thing.
Yeah, you don't
I'm
think
sorry.
I've seen
Every
30
time they
seconds of
called him
Phineas and Ferb.
Lloyd, I
I've
bust
seen
out laughing.
I've seen plenty of episodes of Phineas and Ferb. I've never seen an episode of Lego Ninjago.
This show is ass.
You don't have to
Ninjago
I'm
is
not going
really
to.
sick.
I'm not going to.
so good.
And then
I watched a
actual
lot of
Lego
it.
sets. Oh my
I
god.
watched a lot of it, and I just really wasn't impressed that much.
Oh, you were really impressed.
Well,
This guy thinks Transformers is good.
No,
We're
here.
giving it an
Why?
S.
Why
You know,
weren't you
I was
impressed?
just kidding because I was totally gonna give this show an S.
Okay,
so-
I was gonna say,
Okay.
he really said it.
So
Yeah.
S.
S. It's definitely an S.
Matthew doesn't participate.
Have you seen
I don't have rating.
The ice.
It's not from the 40s.
The
so
ice
no.
ninja. Oh my goodness, he was. dripping.
Yeah, look.
Oh, he was
Straight
All right.
drinking, bro.
It's gonna be a lot of this, huh?
All right, next episode or show is the Magic School Bus.
Oh, man. I would give it an
S.
A.
Okay,
I'd
okay.
give it an A too.
I give it an A.
I'll give it an A because
Bro,
like it's not the
A.
best thing in the world, but if you're in Gore's class, you're just not having a good day, and he pulls up Magic School Bus, you're like, let's go.
Dude, it
Super
was
happy.
entertaining
Let's
even if you
go.
weren't at school.
I honestly hated it.
S.
Well, considering I didn't.
Honestly,
watch
the thing
that
was,
school.
I didn't watch
That's
it
true.
outside of school,
That's true.
so I
Yeah.
can't give it the S.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
can't give
it would
the S
make
either.
it would make a school day better, but I'm not gonna watch it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's very true. I'll give it
So-
an A.
Sounds like overall probably an A.
A.
Yeah,
A.
I'd say an
Okay.
A. Yeah.
All right, next show, as per request, I'm putting down Bill Nye. It's not animated, but we can break the rules.
I would give it
it's
a
fine.
B.
What? How is it not an S?
Bill Nye,
Definitely
the
not an
science
S.
guy.
Alright, it was a good
Scientist.
show, honestly.
Fake.
but-
Wait, which Bill Nye? Because we're looping together
He is a
like
fake scientist,
we're looping together series that
Isn't
aren't
though.
really
Yeah,
related.
he is.
So is it
There
Bill
should be
Nye or
anyone
Bill
can be
Nye
a
Saves the
scientist.
World? Because those are two very different shows.
I don't know what
Just
the
like
second
the
thing you're
regular
saying.
Bill
So
Nye.
regular
Okay,
Bill
so
Nye.
not social justice warrior Bill Nye.
He's got a mechanical
Regular Bill
engineer.
Nye.
The one where he stuck the pencil in the water and it went over, and we're like, ooh, that Bill Nye.
That's not bad.
Bill Nye.
The show was lit. I'm giving it an A.
Bill.
I give it an A.
Hey.
It's another one of those makes a school day better, but I ain't gonna watch it at home.
Yeah, we got like 2 B's and like 4
I'd give it
A's.
an S.
And that's-
Sounds like probably solid
I
A.
just feel his
About
alive
an A.
radiating.
All right. The next one is Hulk Agents of Smash.
Never seen it.
Never watched it.
Never
It's a
watched it.
weird concept. I mean, they did.
It's a terrible show, but it has some killer fight scenes in there.
It
is.
not a terrible show.
It was a terrible show.
They're like
fine.
there are canonically different Hulks, and they use none of those. They made their own that made no sense.
Does it correlate to the MCU at all?
No,
Probably
not
No,
even.
and you
close.
don't want it to
Sucks.
either. You don't want it to.
I give it like a B for the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Like I watched
are you-
it all the time.
are you
but
agreeing
it
with
was
that B,
not
or
a good
do you
show.
have your own
I'm
rating?
agreeing with that B.
Okay.
The plot D. Fight scenes S. So I'm gonna even that out on a B.
All right. We're gonna cut it right here. This has been 6 Guys Talking. We'll see you in the next one.